Hi there. It's January 26th and time for Proverbs 26. Let's jump over there and we will get into it. Like snow in summer or rain in harvest, so honor is not fitting for a fool. Doesn't do any good. Like a sparrow in its flitting, like a swallow in its flying, a curse that is causeless does not alight. Now that's kind of a confusing one. Let's read that in the NIV. Like a fluttering sparrow or a darting swallow, an undeserved curse does not come to rest or land. Okay. A whip for the horse, a bridle for the donkey, and a rod for the backs of fools. Now 4 and 5 is always confused me because it says the same, although it doesn't mean the same. 4 says, answer not a fool according to his folly, lest you be like him yourself. And 5 says, answer a fool according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. Okay, now it says the same thing, but the key part here is according to his folly. Okay. All right, let's open. This is the Good News translation, which is real popular back in the late 90s. And this one says it a little differently. If you answer a silly question, you're just as silly as the person who asked it. And then here it says, give a silly answer to a silly question, and the one who asked it will realize that he's not as smart as he thinks. Well, that's kind of explains better when it says answer a fool according to his folly. Okay. But if you give a silly answer, a foolish answer to a foolish question, like if somebody says, the sky is green, by golly, you can give a silly answer, yeah, and the ocean is purple. Got it. Okay. Makes them sound silly. Something like that. So that's kind of that one explained. 6, whoever sends a message by the hand of a fool cuts off his own feet and drinks violence. Wow. Yeah. Don't send a message by the hand of a fool. They didn't have telephones or internet or anything back then. They sent couriers back and forth, messengers. And if you send a fool with a message, like a lame man's legs which hang useless is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Okay? Like one who binds the stone in the sling is one who gives honor to a fool. Yeah. You tie it in the sling and you pirate it, it's not going anywhere. Like a thorn that goes up into the hand of a drunkard is a proverb in the mouth of fools. Foolish people won't read these. They won't get it. And it goes on. Like an archer who wounds everyone, who is he who hires a passing fool or a drunkard. Well, I said it different here. Like an archer who wounds at random is he who hires a fool or any passerby. It says passerby in the NIV and it says drunkard here. Or see, passerby. I'm going down the street. Somebody just shooting random? Yeah. Don't hire a fool. Like a dog that returns to his vomit is a fool who repeats his folly. This whole chapter seems to be about fools, huh? Do you see a man wise in his own eyes? There's more hope for a fool than for him. Right. Lots of these people out today, kids that aren't disciplined, had this problem. At a certain age, they think they know everything. And there's adults out there who think they know everything. everything. And you know what happens? If somebody thinks they know everything, they cannot be taught anything, which makes more hope for a fool. Okay? 13, the sluggard says there's a lion in the road. There's a lion in the streets. Yeah, I remember when Solomon said that just a few chapters ago. Any excuse not to go outside, right? Just a monster under my bed. I can't go in my bedroom. As a door turns on its hinges, so does a sluggard on his bed. Just keeps moving, but don't go anywhere, right? The sluggard buries his hand in the dish. It wears him out to bring it back to his mouth. Ever know anybody that lazy? The sluggard is wiser in his own eyes than 7 men who can answer sensibly. Yeah. Lots of those out there, too. Whoever meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ears. Right? Don't get into other people's arguments. Okay. That's 17. What does that say over here in the NIV? Like one who seizes a dog by the ears is a passer-by who meddles in a quarrel not his own. Yeah. You see 2 people arguing, stay out of it, okay? It's not your business. You're going to get bit, like it says. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I am only joking. Now, that's really important. You can't unsay something. Better keeping your mouth shut. Well, just kidding, just joking, just to get some attention on yourself. That's not funny. And you can wound your close friend, your wife, your spouse, your brother, just by making fun of them, just for a laugh. Okay? Don't do that. For lack of wood, the fire goes out. Where there is no whisperer, quarreling ceases. This is gossip. Okay? Whenever it says whisperer in the English Standard Version, they're talking about gossip. Okay? And we will highlight that. But it says gossip over here. Huh? Yep. Without wood, a fire goes out. Without gossip, a quarrel dies down. Okay? God hates gossip. That's saying something, they call a whisperer. Did you hear what so-and-so did? Okay. That's gossip. God hates that. Don't be part of it. With lack of wood, somebody is passing around this gossip. When they get to you, say, no, I don't want to hear it. You know, that's gossip, and I don't want to hear it. Let it stop with you, and it'll end. Can't stress the importance of this. Verse 20. As charcoal to hot embers and wood to a fire, so is a quarrelsome man for kindling strife. Kindling strife. That's it here. It says here too. Kindling strife. For kindling strife. Yes. You can feed these arguments. Don't do that. The words of a gossip are like, it says whisperer here, but we know that means gossip. The words of a whisperer or gossip are like delicious morsels. They go down to the inner parts of the body. Yeah. The words of a gossip are like choice morsels. They go down to a man's inmost parts. Those things get down inside you. Not good. Let the glaze or silver of dross covering, like the glaze covering an earthen vessel, are fervent lips with an evil heart. Right. It's people that are very sweet and honest and open on the inside, but inside they're evil people. If you're my age, you remember an old TV show called Leave It to Beaver. Okay, and there was a boy named Eddie Haskell, and he would come over to the Beaver's house, and he would always, hi, Mrs. Very nice and sweet and very mannerly and very, but everybody knew he was a rotten kid to the core. But he was always, so this is like putting silver glaze on a clay vessel. It's not good. If you never watched Leave It to Beaver, you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, but I have. Whoever hates disguises himself with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. Wow. A malicious man disguises himself with his lips, but in his heart he harbors deceit. You shouldn't hate. Jesus said, love one another. He said, love your enemies. So yeah, and if you don't, he harbors deceit in your heart. God won't like that. 25, when he speaks graciously, believe him not. Okay, now this goes with this. Whoever hates disguises himself with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him. For there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred be covered with deception, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Okay? Now this is all one saying right here. Okay. And there are people in Congress like this, man, and you can see, whoever hates disguises himself with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred be covered with deception, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. Yep. And a lot of them are being exposed too. Okay. Some people just call them out. Whoever digs a pit will fall into it, and a stone will come back on him who starts it rolling. All right. What's that say over here? Same thing. All right. If you set a trap for somebody, you're going to fall into it yourself. All right. And 28, a lying tongue hates its victims, and a flattering mouth works ruin. Right. Fake people. Fake people. So that's 26. Let's see what we highlighted. Not a whole lot in here, but and 4 and 5, we went into great detail on that. Just give a silly answer. If somebody says that the sky is green and you don't say anything, he'll be full of himself. Okay. It says, don't answer a fool according to his folly. So if they say the sky is green, yeah, the sky is green. You're right. You'd be just like him. Just answer him according to his folly, lest he be wise in his own eyes. Give a foolish answer. Like if somebody says the sky is green, yeah, and the ocean is purple. That's a foolish answer. And it makes him sound silly. Okay. It was, very few of the translations actually separate those. But according to his folly is the is the key, according to his foolishness. And we highlighted 12. Do you see a man wise in his own eyes? There's hope. There's more hope for a fool than for him. Right? Is a guy wise in his own eyes? A guy who thinks he knows everything? You can't teach him anything. And verse 17. Whoever meddles in a quarrel not his own is like one who takes a passing dog by the ear. Right? Stay out of other people's business, okay? Old country singer said it best, mind your own business. If you mind your business, you won't be minding mine. 18 and 19 we highlighted. Like a madman who throws firebrands, arrows, and death is the man who deceives his neighbor and says, I am only joking. Okay? I can't reiterate this strong enough. Don't say mean things just for a laugh and then say, I was just kidding. You can hurt that person. You know? It's just like these. It used to be, back in the 70s, 80s. People used to like to go to these improvs and see these stand-up comedians that all they were doing is tearing people apart in the audience. Look how stupid that thing looks. Don't you feel stupid? Where do you get that hair? And other people are laughing at it. And yeah, he's only joking, but to people he's making fun of, it hurts. Okay? I never could stand listening to that kind of humor. It's just, and it says right here, it's wrong. Okay? We highlighted 20. For lack of wood, the fire goes out. Where there is no gossip, quarreling ceases. Okay? Let that stop with you. Let you be the lack of wood, so the fire will go out. We highlighted 22. The words of a whisperer or gossip are like delicious morsels that go down into the inner parts of the body. It actually says a man's body in the NIV. Yeah, you can get addicted to this. A lot of people are addicted to this gossip. Drama. Okay? On TV, reality television. It's gossip and drama. Okay? And they found out people like it so much they started scripting these reality shows. Most of them are scripted now. Okay, they're not. It's not like when they first came out. They were just filming people to get honest reactions and stuff. But then they started scripting it because they know what people like, and they're gonna. I'll say this, and you're gonna have a fight with this person in secret in their room, and we're gonna eavesdrop, and everybody's gonna like that, and our ratings will go up. You get addicted to that. That's what it says. They go down to the innermost parts of the body. And we highlighted 23. Like the glaze or silver dross is the actual thing covering an earthen vessel. Are fervent lips with an evil heart. Okay. You take plain old clay, dip it in gold, and say, look, I have a gold pot. Wrong. Fervent lips with an evil heart. So they're fervent lips with an evil heart. Let's look that word up. Fervent. Okay? Having or displaying a passionate intensity. Hot, burning, or glowing. Passionate intensity. Passionate, intense lips with an evil heart. Okay. Actors. News anchors. Fervent lips with an evil heart. 24, 25, and 26 all goes together. We highlighted that. It's one saying. Whoever hates disguises himself with his lips and harbors deceit in his heart. When he speaks graciously, don't believe him, for there are 7 abominations in his heart. Though his hatred be covered with deception, his wickedness will be exposed in the assembly. I can't help thinking of all the people in Congress and in D.C. when I read this. Okay. They are doing some stuff in secret that's coming out now. Being exposed to the assembly. It's just, they're doing stuff I don't even want to talk about. I mean, it's out there. Just, open the internet anywhere and you'll see what these people are up to. And it's just, wow. that's what we highlighted, and that is Proverbs 26 for January 26th. So we'll keep doing this. We're almost done with another month, and we're going to do a different version next month, like the Living Bible or the Good News translation or something like that, just something different, and then we will back it up with either the NIV or the English Standard Version or one of those, but just to get another take on it, So, till then, later on, we are still on Genesis in our Through the Bible in 1 Year, going through the story of Joseph, sold by his brothers into slavery, and a real man of God, okay? And it's an interesting story. So, see you later for that. Until then, have a good Friday. Have a good weekend. Remember, be humble. Stay out of other people's business. Let gossip stop with you. See you next time.